Welcome to Bastard Quest. My name's Kyle. I'm the Game Bastard.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.
It's hot in Kentucky. I'd like to talk about this at length. Because no one else is.
Special Patreon episode, Heat Sucks.
I remember when we didn't used to have summer. And then we did, and I haven't cared for it.
Cal, we've always had summer. You were just inside.
Yeah.
We had sprawl. Or spratum in the northern part of the state.
Yeah. We had our one day of spring in Kentucky, and that was enough. And the state decided to move immediately to burning.
Well, we have a new season in Kentucky. We have about a week of spring, and then we have 3 blistering summer months that go into October. But between that, we have the death storm months.
Oh, we do have death storm months now. I assume that's global warming or someone angered a god of some kind.
That's my bad.
Speaking of Austin angering the gods, I do want to bring up something real quick before we get into gameplay.
Okay.
If you guys remember, some months back, I ranked you guys based on your friendship value.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kyle was number 1, obviously.
Good. Yeah.
Probably still up there.
That has not changed.
Okay.
However, second and third was interchangeable between Austin and Todd.
Oh, I'm sure I've found my way to the bottom.
Oh, it's changed. Austin is dead last, and I'll tell you why. And Todd and Kyle, you might want to adjust your rankings as well.
Oh, I see.
Last week, Austin put us in an 18-person text thread. All 3 of us.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
I knew this was going to happen.
I mean, that is 5 people max, unless you're in a ska band.
Sure, we all know about the ska exception.
Corey, I have to be honest. Most events I invite people individually to, except for events where you're going to be coming.
You're a fucking
And then I
piece-
create
Oh, was this
massive group text threads.
was this an invitation? I quickly lost track from seeing people I don't know responding about things I don't care about.
Yeah.
Someone is bringing up their dog. I don't even know what kind of dog.
Here's a funny thing about those things. When you get an invite text thread, people always feel the need to reply like why they're not coming. And it's usually like here's what I'm doing better than what you're inviting me to. It's like, you're not calling into work. Like,
Yeah.
You just say you're not coming. It's cool.
or don't respond like the 3 of us do.
Have you guys gotten hit with a mass text message scam?
Yeah, well, like on social media and stuff, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I've
gotten
got
plenty
it.
of those.
I've got it on my phone where I'll get a text where it's like blah blah blah. This is from the IRS, and it's to hundreds of cell phones.
Oh, I would reply to that.
Well, the person that sends it immediately leaves the text.
Just trying to make some connections.
Yeah. Well, they
Drawing
drop.
the pen and leaving, huh?
Yeah, they drop a link, is what they do, and then they immediately leave the conversation.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that no one remembers who sent the text message.
I guess so.
Right.
And
well,
then-
I'll never forget who sent that 18-person text thread. But anyway, Klingon.
Yes, we are playing Klingon, the role-playing game from Modiphius. You might think Klingon, that's Star Trek. No, this is Klingon Trek, not Federation, where it's just a Star Trek game, but it's built for Klingons. It's a real product. It's beautiful. If you're a Klingon fan, highly recommend it.
It's been fun so far.
Yeah.
We played 3 previous sessions.
Who wouldn't want to play Space Orcs?
You know, in Klingon culture, 18-person text thread is a punishable by death.
Yeah.
You have to duel all the 18 people.
Yeah.
Austin, who are you playing?
I'm Captain Momo Vorstock.
And you're a Klingon, correct?
He is.
Just checking.
Not a great one, but
But an enthusiastic one. My forehead pattern is the True Detective spiral.
He's very chill for a Klingon.
He is.
Oh, and speaking of visualizing our characters, we got some sick art.
yeah, Pabriva, thank you. That's been posted on the social media, so please check that
Yeah,
out.
we absolutely loved it. That was awesome.
Scarily accurate as far as how I pictured us in
Yeah.
my head. So.
Absolutely.
That was haunting. Corey, who are you playing?
Brandon. He's got Joy Division on his noggin.
He's the teenage Klingon.
Yeah.
Security officer. Well, executive officer, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, because apparently, according to this book, look, none of us are Star Trek aficionados, so we're just going by what is in the book. It appears that Klingon ships don't have security officers, and I assume that's just a shared responsibility of beating up whoever shows up.
Yeah, they don't have security protocols, just a mob breaks out.
That seems pretty effective.
Scarily organized every time.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you teleported onto the Enterprise and like Lieutenant O'Hara just runs over and just starts kicking you in the guts. I'm so sorry. Todd, who are you playing?
I am the science officer, Dr. Zadar. His forehead pattern is like Venetian blinds. They go up and down. He also has that same pattern on his massive chin.
I have a question, Todd.
Yes.
Are his lips like that too? kind of flap like a Muppet.
I have a question, Todd. What was wrong with Robert Zadar?
Not a damn thing.
I didn't notice anything.
No, that there was something wrong with him.
Unless great acting is a disease, I don't
Right.
think so.
That chin has never before appeared in the human phenotype. That there was some mutation. Maybe he was an alien. Maybe he was a Klingon.
He could have been a smooth head. Or smooth chin.
Yeah.
He had the predator drooling.
All right. So you are all on the Raj. You are, of course, the command crew, which the Raj is the Klingon Empire's token of peace in one way towards the Federation. You've taken a bunch of Federation officers aboard your ship, the purposes of learning more about each other's culture. Of course, most of the command crew and the main officers are Klingons, but there's lots of Federation people. There's Lieutenant Davo and Ensign P.W. Islington, with, of course, plenty of Klingon officers like Sergeant Skullfucker and Sergeant Herc.
There's definitely a ramp corporal or two.
Yeah.
Oh, plenty of them, yeah. So you guys are in the Shackleton Expanse, or you had been previously.
Of course, named for Knott's landing star, Ted Shackleton.
Yeah.
That's right, Todd. Thank you for bringing that up. And you've made your way back to Zamage Station, where you originally set out from to replenish your supplies and get your next mission.
Yeah, because we completed our last one just by having a talk with the Oracle.
And fighting a bunch of things.
Yeah, some stuff happened along the way.
There was a lot of fighting.
A bioweapon was released.
A bioweapon was released. We made some new friends, brought on some new crew members, and Lieutenant Davo has really invested himself in this cultural exchange.
Yeah.
That's right. Speaking of which, you've been asked to attend a meeting with Federation Admiral Eric Daniels.
Oh.
You're sitting in his office on Zamage Station. He's in the classic Next Generation movie Admiral outfit.
Jodhpurs.
Yep. Sure.
A riding whip.
or a crop. He has a riding crop.
Yeah. Well, one of those puffy muffin hats.
And he's sitting behind his desk and looks at all of you. Captain, I understand there was some altercations at the Barkoth Reach.
Oh, well, you're going to have to be more specific. Normally, that kind of thing just qualifies as R&R on the Raj.
I understand a Federation officer committed some war crimes.
Oh, yeah, that's Davo. Well, he was really getting into the cultural exchange between the Federation members following Klingon orders, and I think he's showed some great initiative. I'm ready to promote him.
War crimes are something we in the Federation discourage. Was it true that he was shooting at prisoner ships, and he looks at this data pad on his desk, without regard for their safety and gleefully laughing as he hurled photon torpedoes at their wrecked hulls while the survivors screamed for mercy?
I mean, that's what we Klingons refer to as DEFCON 4.
This was sent to me by a concerned Klingon officer. Is this accurate?
Well, partially accurate. You see, we were attacked randomly by some time-traveling smoothheads, and
By what?
we were attacked by some Klingons from centuries past who got trapped in a time wave surrounding the Oracle. When they escaped their time prison, they immediately invaded the asteroid field where we were talking with the Oracle, and they attacked us and started advancing on the ships. And Lieutenant Davo showed great initiative in protecting the crew.
But what about the massacring of the people trying to surrender?
Science Officer Zadar here.
Yes.
It's not like he unleashed a unstable bioweapon or something.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
That is actually a crime in the Federation.
Brandon bursts into the room. Sorry, I'm late. I've been having to do a dumb job. Brandon was put in charge of acclimating the smoothheads, so he's been overseeing their forehead chiselings.
I see.
The ones that went willingly, anyway. The
Yeah.
other ones had to do like Voight-Kampf tests and like.
Well, Admiral, I'm not going to say anything further on the matter. I'll stand for Lieutenant Davo and defend his actions because I believe he was following normal Klingon protocol as a member of my crew. And as part of this cultural exchange, that is the job of every Federation crew member on the ship.
Well, we'll let this stand for now. But we'll be looking into this, and please discourage your Federation opposites from committing any more war crimes.
Well, in my eyes, Admiral, they're no longer opposites. They're Klingon adjacent.
Personally, I don't like my Federation buddy at all.
Because basically they paired up Federation people with Klingons, and
Yeah.
Brandon has a roommate, and he's not happy about it.
What is his roommate?
Well, it's the chaplain, Brother Chuck.
He looks at me weird.
Don't you worry, Admiral. As science officer, I will make it my top priority to make sure that the Federation and human way of doing things is incorporated into our Klingon mission statement.
Well, this brings me to a mission that Klingon High Command would have you investigate. I'm sure you're all familiar with the Klingons' equivalent of Data, the Klingon android, the first of its kind, Imcogasm.
Ah, yes, Mcogasm.
No, that guy.
Yes.
Based on Patreon member, it's morally correct to give anime sickos money. We just couldn't figure out a good way to work that in, so we acronymed his ass.
As the Klingon android Imcogasm. And Admiral Daniels continues, yes, the unfortunately named android appeared to have gone missing on the world of Smith 114, that world that we've reserved for Klingon, and he does air quotes, science and investigation.
Admiral,
Yes.
why did you feel the need to deploy air quotes when you said Klingon science?
Oh, I thought I only did that in my head.
No, you did it with your hands.
Oh, sorry.
Zadar's offended because he does it with his eyebrows. Right? They also flap.
Brow quotes. That's what he calls them.
Well, anyway, that android is missing, and Klingon High Command wants you to investigate and find him, if at all possible.
Build another one.
Look, this is not something the Federation's interested in. We haven't lost our android.
We all just got one.
Yeah, they got the one. So find Imcogasm. That's what Klingon High Command wants you to do. Me? I'm ambivalent.
All right, well, then we'll go investigate this science planet.
We are on it, sir.
So you guys have heard of Smith 114. It's in the Shackleton Expanse. And of course, as the Federation moves out and investigates all these worlds, they left one really close to Zamajay Station so the Klingons could go there and quote unquote do science.
Yeah, we've all heard of it because it's got the worst name of
Yeah.
any planet.
Yeah.
That's right. Based on Patreon member Stephen Smith.
Oh, I take it back. Sorry, Steven.
I thought it was named after Joseph Smith.
No, it's a totally different planet.
Aren't the Klingons like canonically an offshoot of the Mormons?
Yeah, they get their own planet when they die.
But yeah, you know, occasionally Klingon ships will go there to do their required science.
What's up with the air quotes? Very, very angry. Zadar's going to huff some of his anti-anger.
There you go.
He just keeps an inhaler now.
It's like a can of air duster.
That's all it is.
So you guys, after your meeting with Admiral Daniels, you returned to the Raj, which of course you're Klingon bird of prey, and the Raj is Klingon. No one say different for space bird.
Correct.
It's definitely correctly translated. Do you guys want to do anything in particular before you leave Zamajay Station?
I don't think so. We already, off air, advanced our characters just a little bit after the completion of the last mission.
Yeah, pretty simple way of advancing your characters. I think most Modifius games are pretty straightforward with advancements. You get a number of points based on milestones you achieved in the previous sessions, and then you get some points to spend on things. In the Klingon game, you get glory, which can give you certain skills and things like that. And then you can also increase an attribute or discipline by 1.
Yeah, reputation. I don't think reputation is in the regular Star Trek game. But in this game, you can earn glory or shame, which none of you have earned so far. So, for example, you're all reputation 3, which means your record and behavior are unremarkable, neither shameful nor worthy of song.
Oh, okay. Disagree, but...
And you gain glory by doing things like gaining victory, obeying the orders of your superiors, killing enemy warriors, etc. Klingon stuff.
Yep, we did pretty well.
Yeah. And then you can use that for awards from the Empire.
Yep.
But what did you guys do in terms of advancing your characters via your milestones?
Well, I think Austin and Todd kind of banked their glory.
Yeah,
Correct.
All I did. I advanced my discipline con by 1.
I gave myself the talent order of the Batleth with that, which will come up in gameplay, I'm sure.
And that was with glory, right?
Yeah, and then I increased my fitness by 1. which is maxed out at 11.
I only received 2 glory, and 2 glory basically get you a cup of Klingon coffee. So I'm going to bank that, and I upped my engineering to a 3 under my disciplines.
All right. The Raj is kitted out, ready to go. You're moving slowly away from Samaj Station, angled towards Smith 114.
Please enjoy this long music montage I play for the rest of the episode, which
While we watch the ship moving.
as the ship slowly moves out of dock.
We're going to do this one in the style of Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a joke referencing Star Trek the Motion Picture. If you have not seen that,
Don't bother.
when they start going towards the ship, fast forward about 5 minutes. You'll stop it. They're still going towards the ship. Fast forward another 5 minutes. What warp speed are you taking, Austin? And just to be clear, just like in the regular show, it doesn't matter.
17.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that's high or not, but it sounds high.
I don't think that's a unit
No?
of measurement whatsoever.
I
I think
know-
like warp 9 or something is the fastest.
There's some, I'm pretty sure there's some point at which essentially they're moving infinitely fast.
Right. Let's try to be accurate. I'm tired of fucking around.
This one goes up to 17.
No, it doesn't. Well, we count differently in Klingon.
I'm making a Spinal Tap joke. Fucking get off my dick.
Yeah, that's not great.
Klingon 17 is Federation 4.
Yeah. Yes, we're just idling basically.
So you take warp 29.
Okay. So we push it into third. It got
It's only a few short hours to Smith 114.
We just hit that overdrive button.
Yeah, it's cruise control.
You arrive and put up an image of the planet on the main view screen. It's a light orange world, no oceans that you can really tell. Very rocky, lots of new mountain ranges, so they're very steep. And you see occasional striations of cloud, but not much. It's mostly just a rocky, lifeless planet that the Federation graciously allowed the Klingons to explore to advance Klingon science.
Well, you may be wondering why a planet would be named Smith. Is it 114? Is that what it
Smith
is?
114, yeah.
Smith 114. It's because it's the 114th time that this planet has come into existence because the Klingon scientists keep blowing it up. This is the 114th iteration.
Yeah, the Federation just finds a new rocky planet
Yeah.
to let the Klingons do science with.
And they just keep exploding.
Yeah, and this relationship between the Federation and the Klingon Empire has only been going for about a year.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have arrived. You know that there's supposed to be a Klingon science mission on the planet of which Imkogasm was a part. And you know where their base camp is, but you're getting no communication from the surface.
Why don't we try to text all 18 of them at once?
That works every time for me.
Fuckers.
Lieutenant Dave will probably, well, Captain, that sounds very rude. I don't know who would do that. What sort of a monster? But I've prepared it. I'm ready. I'll do it.
That is definitely goes against Federation protocol.
Oh yeah.
Lieutenant Dave, I'm going to message them in all caps.
Oh, God.
Oh, for Klingons, that's just one of their warfare campaigns, like just below nuclear conflict.
Yeah.
I just assumed Klingons always wrote in all caps.
Yeah. I'm going to add an emoji, and it's going to be one of the ambiguous ones that you don't know what it means.
Put a peach for a butt.
That's not a... Okay.
Eggplant.
So after a moment, Lieutenant Dave says, well, no one's responding. Oops, somebody just left the thread.
All right, well, it's time for us to take a small crew and venture down to the planet.
Sergeant Herc, teleporter is ready, Captain.
All right, let's get down there and find out what's up.
As science officer, I think it is essential that I accompany your team down to the surface of the planet.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell us what's going on and make some observations while you're there.
Brandon slowly steps behind a guy to try to not be seen.
Okay.
Where is Brandon? Brandon!
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Come on, you're coming with us, young man.
And bring your roommate, too.
Yes, bring Pastor Chuck.
I think he's been stealing my underwears.
Well, we need to get him down there and show him that science is actually a thing.
Okay, we better bring the ramp corporal too.
Pastor Chuck is the only one in the Federation who believes in intelligent design.
So before you fully have time to assemble your team, there's that glittery filter of teleportation, and you're all whisked off the ship along with a couple of other random people. And because I rolled very poorly, you appear approximately 1,000 feet above the surface of Smith 114.
God damn.
Hurtling through the sky.
Why don't we get to roll for this?
And your communicator beeps, "Sorry, just gotta make some adjustments. Shouldn't take more than, oh, you're falling. Hold on."
He texted all 18 of us.
Someone still managed to leave the chat while we were falling.
You all teleport again. And then when you reappear, you're only a foot above the ground, which you all slam into.
With
Everybody.
the velocity of falling 1,000 feet.
Well, you didn't fall full 1,000 feet. You only fell like 20 feet before he teleported you again.
Gotcha.
Everybody take a stress.
Ooh, okay.
You pick up, dusting yourself off. It's the three of you, Pastor Chuck,
It's brother Chuck.
Brother Chuck. Let me make a note of that. A handful of Klingons.
Ramp Corporal Barry Hill,
Ramp Corporal Barry Hill.
who looks very confused about having to walk on flat ground.
He's walking with his knees kind of bent. Like,
He gets up and just starts screaming.
He's like he got a new pair of glasses. Everything's weird.
So you guys are standing amidst this Klingon camp.
Zadar takes out his tricorder and performs an environmental scan.
All right. So you're in the middle of this Klingon camp with these weird, definitely not human, too many angled tents, and there's crates laying around and pieces of camping gear. So I assume this is going to be science plus.
I would say science plus insight.
Cool.
The Ramp Corporal tries to start walking up the tents.
Yeah. Does pretty well.
All right, so that's going to be a target number 14.
Okay. This is going to be, what are you looking for in particular?
Life forms.
This will be difficulty 1.
That's a 10 and a 12, so 2 successes.
So you pick up a lot of life forms. The tents are apparently occupied by, as far as your readings indicate, living Klingons that appear to be lying motionless.
I'm banking that momentum.
Cool.
Captain, there appears to be many Klingon life forms inside these tents. However, they are all motionless. Perhaps it's nap time.
Oh, well, then we should be able to look around unencumbered. Let's have a look around at the testing site, and we'll see if they wake up anytime soon.
Sure. There's lots of scientific equipment set up a short distance from the camp. Clearly, they were doing some sort of readings of the environment.
Since all of the Klingons inside the tent are motionless, Zadar is going to step inside a tent and take a reading of one of them to see why they are immobile.
Zadar will be the only one doing that. Pastor Chuck, you can stay out here.
Brother Chuck.
I'd like to go.
Oh, God.
I know you would, but that's not what's going to happen.
They're asleep, right? I could minister the Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Let him go.
Todd, Dr. Zadar, of course they can't have zippers because this is the future.
Of course.
So it's some sort of just...
It's just a panel that slides.
Yeah.
And
It slides. Then it slides into
there's a stagehand off to
Yeah.
the side that you can't see.
And you go in, and it's a standard kind of Klingon expeditionary tent that you recognize. It's quite tall, because Klingons are quite tall. There's space cots, and on the cots are 2 Klingons, and they're full clothing and armor, science armor, just laying on the cots. Look like they're resting peacefully, which is not at all how Klingons sleep.
Would they hang upside down?
No, they just fighting constantly, thrashing.
Like a dreaming dog.
Yeah.
Legs constantly kicking. Yeah.
But they're laying peacefully and seem to be sleeping. One of them is snoring.
Once again, a tricorder. Just going to see if I detect any kind of poison or any kind of foreign substance that would have knocked them out.
Okay, this is going to be difficulty 3.
Once again, that's going to be science and insight, so target number 14.
Can Brandon assist on this?
Maybe.
Captain Momo will not be assisting. He is outside sifting around all the science gear that he doesn't understand.
All right, Brother Chuck is with you.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on him.
Can I touch these science things? They're smooth.
Oh, hey, Todd, does that take you back to church camp?
Oh, God.
So Brandon's environment he grew up in was a frontier colony. I think this is fairly similar
Sure.
terrain.
Yeah.
So that's my reasoning
Okay.
for helping.
I thought you were gearing up for a big pitch.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Yeah, I've got nothing really.
So just roll science and insight like Todd did.
Okay.
Or like what Todd will.
Got a target number of 8 here.
All right.
That's a 10.
Never mind, Brandon. Your assistance will not be necessary. Okay, so a difficulty 3, target number 14.
Well, it's difficulty 4 now because Brandon is getting in your way and
Shit.
moving stuff around.
Let me see it. I'll show you. You don't even have the latest OS.
Yeah. He's trying to explain to you how to upgrade your tricorder.
God, give it.
I do have a focus in bioweapons, of course, which, if there are any present, would be easier for me to.
This would apply.
All right, so that'll lower the crit range. And then we've got 2 momentum.
I'll just spend a momentum to get an extra D20.
Okay.
Difficulty 4, Kyle.
Yep.
And I'm rolling 3 D20. So my crit range is 1 through 4.
Okay.
4 successes, rolling 3 dice. This is going to be awesome. Well, I did get 3 successes.
Okay.
And 1 was a 5. Damn, missed a crit by 1.
Okay.
Zadar is scanning these Klingons, and he's starting to pick up high levels of tritryptophan, which is a super powerful version of the chemical in turkeys that makes you sleepy. And you're thinking, that's interesting, and you notice a turkey sandwich, and before you can control yourself, you take a bite, and then you realize, oh no! So you're going to have to roll your fitness plus your security to try to resist the chemicals in the turkey sandwich.
I mean, what Klingon can say no to a turkey sandwich? I mean,
Exactly.
I must not touch the heavy gravy.
so fitness and security, that's going to be a target number 11.
Yeah, this is going to be difficulty 2. If you fail, you pass out
Okay.
for the rest of the adventure. You can only be awakened by being decapitated.
Jesus Christ. I rolled a 20 and an 18.
That's not good.
Okay. One of those is a complication.
He dies.
So, do you want to spend a determination to re-roll? That's about the worst possible roll you could have.
That's true. You know what? Yeah, I still have 1 left after this, so. All right, that's a little better. That's a 2.
Just a 2?
And a 13.
Is the 2 a crit?
Yes, I have a focus in bioweapons, so.
Oh, okay.
Which has apparently been injected into this turkey sandwich.
So you regular dose yourself with tritryptophan?
Well, yeah, just to be on the safe side.
Okay. So you're resistant.
It's part of his chill juice he's been making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take a point of stress, and you have instead of passing out, you have a new truth, a temporary trait called real sleepy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can tell this is not normal turkey. This has clearly been tampered with.
His head flaps go a little limper.
The blinds are closed.
And you assume that they must have been dosed while they were celebrating Klingon Thanksgiving?
Of course.
Yeah.
Does Zadar have one eyelid that's one of the flaps?
But yeah, they were definitely poisoned
His nostrils do that too, by the way.
Oh, God.
to make them all sleep. And of course, the only one wouldn't have been affected would be Imcogasm.
Yes, and so far, nowhere to be seen, correct?
Yeah, and judging by the condition of these people, you would say they've been asleep for hours, like coming up on 76 hours.
Brandon runs out of the tent and screams,
Don't eat the turkey sandwich.
because he knows everybody's going to be like, a turkey sandwich?
You see,
Don't mind if I...
Ramp Corporal Barry Hill comes out of a tent with a turkey sandwich. He's taking a bite. It's like, what's wrong with the turkey sandwiches?
I'm allergic to tryptophan.
And then he just drops dead.
He seems fine, actually.
Oh, okay.
He's like, is there something? What's wrong? And he's just staring. Apparently, maybe humans are unaffected. You don't know.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Oh, interesting.
His red shirt. He's spilled a little bit of it on his red shirt.
He has ADD, so it's like when they take Ritalin or... it actually
Perks him up a little.
Yeah.
It's like coffee. All right. So what next?
Zadar, what did you find in the tent?
Yeah, there's a couple of Klingon brother and sister sleeping there. They ate some turkey. Something in the turkey.
I don't know that they're related.
Wait, do they have like similar forehead patterns?
I have have several questions.
Oh God, no! I was just saying that, like, I was referring to like we're all brothers and sisters in
I
the
see.
Klingon.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I see. You picked up on some of Brother Chuck's lexicon. I got it. Okay. Are they just regular asleep or have they been drugged? You kind of sound like you've been drugged, dude.
I mean, yeah, probably.
You see Brother Chuck slowly put one of the sandwiches in his pocket for later.
Yeah, Brandon, we're going to get you a different roommate soon.
Anyway, long story short, they were drugged. Mcogasm nowhere to be found.
All right, so I guess no one eat the food.
So everybody looks at Ramp Corporal Hill, who's still eating the sandwich.
Wait, are you okay?
I should stop. Oh,
I tell you what, we'll make this a science experiment since Zadar's given up being the person of science here for just a minute. You, Ramp Corporal, you finish that sandwich. And then if you don't die, we'll know everything's kind of cool with Federation members or maybe humans. Everybody else, keep an eye out. Spread out and start looking around the camp.
he eats the whole sandwich and is just standing there looking around.
I gotta pee.
All right, well, you chill out right here for a little while, and we're going to look for the android. And Captain Momo begins searching through the science equipment proper and seeing if it looks like anything's been taken.
Okay, so you're investigating the area. What discipline?
I think I'm going to use security and insight, hoping to, number one, if it looks like any like requisitioned and organized equipment has been moved or is missing, but also to just see if it looks like the manifests for the equipment that is there matches up with what they see.
Okay.
Can Brandon assist with this one? Or
Sure.
Or try, I should say.
Yeah, he can try again.
Okay, security and insight.
Yep.
Okay, Brandon's got a 7 in insight and a 5 in security, so a little better odds.
Nice.
So target number 12, 1 die, right?
Yes.
In fact, Brandon, why don't I assist you? You've got a higher target number there, Corey.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to use my advisor talent and use command instead of security. And when I use command, you get a 1d20 reroll.
Okay.
Can I do that, Kyle? Does that apply here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I'm just rolling 1d20 and using command and insight rather than security. So my target number is a 12. That's a 7.
Which is a success, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that gives me 1 success. What's the target?
Well, it's an extra success if you get any other successes.
Right.
But the difficulty is 2.
Okay. Target number 12. It's a 20 and a 14.
All right. Well, you get 1 reroll
From your ability.
from my talent.
Okay, I'll re-roll that 20.
Good call.
That's a 4.
All right. So that means we've got 2 successes.
Cool.
So you guys make an inventory of their supplies. They have everything you'd expect. Case of batleths, case of disruptors, case of grenades.
Yes, everything you need for sciencing.
Lots of
yeah,
dissection in Klingon science.
extra suits of armor in case some get dirty, and a very small case of science equipment.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I just want to point out that I just now realized that when I was doing the tricorder scan and I failed and got really sleepy, all I had to do was use my talent of Brocklol, and I could have reduced the difficulty by 1.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we all learn lessons in these games.
God damn it.
Most of them are about morals, but some are about mechanics.
Okay, Brother Chuck.
So you guys notice that their case of survey equipment that they would use to search for mineral deposits are missing.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps they used them.
And it would be easy to spot. We're Klingons, so that science equipment is just a tape measure and 2 test tubes.
We'll say for the sake of Star Trek fans that it's more complex than that. It's like it's a really big tape measure. No, these are like deep mining surveys, so it's little probes that shoot down into the planet.
All right, everyone. This science camp has been sabotaged somehow. The android is the only one that's not here, so we have to assume that he's maybe stolen the survey equipment and poisoned the scientists somehow.
Brother Chuck says, "I think we should split up into vulnerable groups." God, I'll go with Sleepy Joe over there.
Can we send him on a solo mission?
Oh, please no.
I think I'm going to pair him up with Lieutenant Davo.
Just a quick question, Kyle. How long does Zadar's real sleepiness last?
So I'd say until the end of the adventure, or you change the circumstances of your truths. In other words, come up with some way to get rid of it.
So Brandon's going to use his security to kind of look for clues to see if there's like any indication of where the android might have scampered off to. Like if there's android tracks.
Yeah.
Because they all have like 3 toes and stuff. Yeah.
They gave the Klingon android an extra toe,
Yeah.
so he could always be identified.
Yeah.
Wait, what does a Klingon android's forehead pattern look like?
Data. It's the android. It's just Data's face.
Wait, what?
It's Brent Spinner's face.
On his forehead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm just searching for physical clues, could I use control and security here?
Sure.
Okay. My control's a 10, my security's a 5.
Difficulty 1.
Okay. It's a 8 and a 5. 2 successes.
So you quickly realize that the android's tent, set a bit far away from the others, has been burned and is full of blast holes and has been completely shredded. But nobody noticed it up until this point.
Wow, great job, Brandon.
The android is missing. There's also signs of fighting around it, broken batleths.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we just fucking noticed this.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, cinematically, Brandon would just be like, guys, and then he just points and everybody looks in
Camera
that
pans
direction.
over.
Got it.
Now, how many successes did you get?
2.
Yeah, if you'd like to spend one of the extra one instead of momentum, you can find an additional piece of evidence.
Okay, sure.
So you find a disruptor rifle that's been cut in half, presumably by a batleth.
Oh, so it's not like a sawed off.
No,
Okay.
no, those are illegal.
What does that even do? Like the sawed off shotguns. It was a big 80s thing, but does it do anything?
It widens the spread.
Oh, okay.
I think it's also more concealable, which is the premise behind the making it illegal.
Brother Chuck's like, widen the spread. Once again, I'm sorry I've created a character.
Well, you just gave him a name. I mean,
We all know.
Did I mention he wears a colostomy bag?
Well, this is all his fault.
Yeah.
We were so busy keeping Brother Chuck out of the tents, we didn't notice the fucking crime scene.
Yeah.
So this disruptor rifle is not a Klingon style rifle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we know what kind of rifle it is?
Well, it's not specific to any one political group, polity. It's made by the Ferengi, but they sell it to everyone, of course. So
Okay, so it's a good chance then that this is somebody outside the infrastructure of our political entities.
Unless that's what they wanted you to think. But yes, it's not clearly, someone. It wouldn't have been carried by the science team.
Okay, dudes, keep an eye out. We may have a free agent on our hands somewhere out here.
Zadar remembers that he has an EpiPen.
Ah, are you going to use that to get rid of your really tired?
Yes.
All right, that'll take a momentum to get that.
Todd, remember, this is Star Trek. So with your situation, you can always play a secondary character for a while until he recovers.
Oh, yeah.
Great. I'll look up the rules for secondary characters.
Todd will now be Brother Chuck.
Oh, no.
No!
So, supporting characters on page 278. And this is not something unique to the Klingon edition. They did this in the first edition Star Trek game, which I believe the second edition is out now, which we should play at some point.
Yep. We use this quite a bit in the Star Trek adventure we
Yeah,
played.
we had a lot of fun with this to help break up some of the action.
Yep.
So, supporting characters are less detailed and created in a less involved way than the main characters. And they're not owned by any one player. And this represents the ship's crew and gives you subordinates to play, which makes a lot of sense. So I think we'll just make a minor NPC. These are rank and file personnel, ordinary people. They cannot spend threat to resist injuries, and they do not have values or focuses.
Now, we could use one of the people that we know are down here. We've got Barry Hill,
You've got Barry Hill,
Brother Chuck.
Brother Chuck, and some indeterminate amount of Klingons.
Right.
And presumably other Federation
So-
as well.
We could use one of those or create a new one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a standard distribution, Kyle, just to give him some attributes to roll with?
Yes, there is. So you begin by describing their species as a trait.
Okay, well, it's going to be one of the Klingon crew.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then just Klingon. And then your attributes are the same as your main character, except you have just a standard array, I guess, to assign. It's 998877, And then you're going to set 2 disciplines to 2, 2 disciplines to 1, and the other discipline is at 0. And then you're going to add 1 or 2 special rules. So essentially, you can give minor NPCs one of the following. You can give them proficiency, which gives them a bonus D20 for a particular task. So if you were going to make Ramp Corporal Hill, you could say he has proficiency with ramps.
Can we create a droid sniffer?
So, yeah, probably. But you can also do threatening when performing a particular task. And buying additional D20s with threat, the NPC may reroll their dice pool. You can do guidance. Whenever they assist, they can reroll their D20 or substitution. Whenever they perform a particular task in a particular way, they may use a specified different discipline instead of the normal discipline required. So you could say if you did something like a security droid or something, or robot or whatever, not that we're going to do that, but you could make their science security because they were, had sensors or something, right?
Okay.
You could do familiarity. Whenever the NPC attempts to perform a particular task, they may reduce the difficulty by 1. And additional threat spent when performing a task with a particular discipline, the NPC may spend 1 threat to gain a specific or unique benefit. And so those are the special rules. We'll say let's add 1 special rule for this minor NPC.
I like the threatening.
Okay, threatening. So you need to come up with a particular task in which they're threatening. And then whenever they do that and buy additional D20s with threat, in other words, by giving me threat, they get to re-roll their dice pool. And then you just determine their maximum stress by combining fitness and security, and then you give them a weapon. And you're done.
Okay, well, let's do that off the air.
Todd, tell us about this new member of the crew.
Well, this new Klingon crew member is he's the muscle.
Okay.
Okay, he's very intense. He's very strong. He's a fighter. His name is Hulka.
Is it now?
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Okay. Who's he based on?
Bill Bixby.
Yeah, well,
That was my suspicion.
Solid fucking.
I thought it was. That sounds like Bill Bixby to me. And you have his stats, everything. You ready to go?
Ready to go.
Okay.
what is his forehead pattern?
Ooh, it's got to be like a torn shirt.
Yeah, there's just like strips hanging down and like, into his eyes.
Tassels, yeah.
When he flexes, it looks like it tears.
He actually tears it. Whenever he like hulks out, he just grabs like strips of skin and rips them off, and they grow back.
Dear Lord.
So much worse than what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Some like flexing, no. More illusory than anything, and he's just going V over here.
So Captain Momo leads the group as they begin kind of scouring the camp, looking for a trail leading away from the campsite.
Oh, I see. You guys were looking for footprints, right?
Yeah.
Or some such thing?
We know someone has stolen the survey equipment, and we know that the android possibly got into an altercation with some intruding third party, maybe a mercenary, and we're now looking for both that figure and the android.
All right. So what discipline and attribute are you using to run down this possible trail?
So I'm thinking of using command and insight.
Excuse me, Captain. Ooh, I don't know if you know this about me, and I don't want to be out of line, but brother, I've got the nose of a space hound. Ensign Holka, at your service.
Hey, Hulka, you kind of got the face of one, too. Do you want to take the lead on this?
Point me in the direction of that trail, and I will start sniffing, sir.
Okay, so Kyle, could he use security and control to actually sniff out the trail?
Sure. That's fine.
Then I'll use my advisor talent again to just assist him and have him be the main one performing the action. Still using command and insight, which is a 12. And I rolled a 12, so that's a success.
Yay.
Get them nose flappers are running wild. Here we go, baby.
My control is 8, security is 2, so it will be a target number 10.
This is difficulty 3.
Right. God damn it, Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, you've already got one success.
Yes.
So you're rolling 2.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a 16 and a 19, brother.
Holka sucks.
Do supporting characters get determination, Kyle?
No.
Okay.
So you guys find a trail. You leave Dr. Zadar and his wooziness back at camp.
He's just going to curl up on a cot.
He's going to get comfy. And you insist that Brother Chuck not stay with him.
Oh, thank God.
Brother Chuck comes with you guys. and your party follows this trail, which seems like multiple pairs of footprints leading away from the camp. And you follow it down to a cave. You follow it into the cave, and it breaks into 3 different corridors. And you decide wisely, because you failed the test, to split up.
Oh, fuck.
So, Momo, Brandon, and Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry, Hulka, excuse me.
Yeah, Hulka.
Based on Bill Bixby. And Brother Chuck and Ramp Corporal Hill, and let's say Klingon Redshirt number 3, who's pairing off? Someone will be going with Brother Chuck unless you send him with an NPC.
Not it!
I'll go with Brother Chuck, brother.
He's the most intimidating one, so I'd prefer another.
No, Hulka goes with Brother Chuck and the Ramp Corporal. Brandon, you come with me.
Brother, you're with me, brother.
So Brandon and Momo, Hulka and Chuck, and so Ramp Corporal Hill and Klingon Redshirt number 3.
Okay.
It doesn't bode well for them, I don't think.
You guys split up and go down different corridors in this dark science space cave. And the last thing we see of the episode is a figure step out from hiding. And we don't see what uniform they're wearing, but we do see their pointed ears and very specifically cut, bowl-shaped haircut.
Ooh, it's Darth Plagueis.
Well, I was thinking it's a Vulcan or a Romulan. We don't know which.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Or an elf.
Could be an elf. Could be Space Legolas.
Your Hulka breathes so heavily we could shoot him in the dark.
I guess the Middle Earth elves, they're immortal. They would live to Star Trek
Exactly.
time, you know? Mm-hmm. So,
Where do you think the boat across the sea goes? To
Oh.
space.
yeah, that makes sense.
Brother Chuck is just Gandalf.
Yeah. Well,
Obviously, we would be returning to this game, Klingon Star Trek.
I enjoy
next
the
episode.
Klingon Star Trek.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with this system.
Yeah, I like it.
Today's adventure featured a lot of Patreon supporters.
yep. Eric Daniels.
Stephen Smith, he's the planet.
Anime Need Money Man.
Imcogasm.
Yeah, Imcogasm.
Yeah.
P.W. Islington. Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was featured.
Yep. Davo. Yep.
Davo, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for supporting.
Yeah.
Your money, of course, is what helps us buy games like this.
Yep. You know what else you can do with money, Austin?
What?
You can go to NorseFoundry.com and buy dice.
Well, shit.
Yeah, you can. Just go to NorseFoundry.com. They have all different manner of dice made of all manner of materials. Little beautiful works of art. They also have merch. And when you make your purchase and you're checking out, be sure to enter promo code CHAM. That's CHAM, CHAM, to receive the 10% Bastard Quest discount. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, right there on the banks of the Ohio River.
I get sleepy every time I'm in the bathroom.
Indeed.
It's all the tryptophan. They pipe it in.
It's in the urinal cakes.
I assumed it was the mass amounts of bourbon I consumed while I was there, but
Nope, tryptophan.
okay.
They put it in bourbon now.
Barrel and Bond, one of the best bourbon bars in the country. They got small plates and cocktails and all kinds of stuff, but the bourbon is the main attraction. It's a wonderful place.
Now, if you don't like bourbon, you should not go.
They have beers and stuff, wine.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
not many.
Yeah. They don't have any of that non-alcoholic spirits.
Water.
Yeah.
And as always, thanks to all of you who listen, who leave us reviews, who engage with us on social media.
We appreciate it.
And, if you've thought about becoming a patron, we encourage you to do that. As a patron, you get access to our Discord channel. A lot of cool people on there. We have a lot of fun chats and do all kinds of extracurricular activities.
Go to patreon.com/bastardquest.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to put on our Patreon is me reading the Silmarillion as Harry Carey.
Hey,
Great.
Bombadil.
Yeah, we're having some problem with the recording.
Yeah. We did just get some cool new Bastard Quest beer koozies as future rewards on the Patreon.
Yep.
And those are going out as an additional perk to all of our giant fucking bastard tier friends. Just packed all those up the other day and going in the mail this week.
And you don't have to be a giant to join at that level either.
No.
You can just be a regular height-sized person.
Yes, it's true.
Thank you for listening. I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.